It's just going to be us as of now. I'm double checking that I didn't have anybody on Instagram looking for the show. Every once in a while, I got some people saying, "Hey, where are you?" But I'm right here, and she's right there.
Oh,
How's your morning going?
good.
Nope, everybody's good. And we're just chilling. Saturday morning style. A little bit lower. There's Rod, just a reeking in his comics. We're just waking up here. I was on with Backseat Driver before this. He got to unbox an amazing statue that you should check out if you haven't seen it. Hey, there's Pop Pop. And No Good Comics, he was in the chat earlier on the Backseat Driver channel. We were hanging out. So good morning to the three of you in there.
4. Stay Puft.
Oh, Stay Puft's in there. Good morning, Sean. And he's going to be, let's see, Sean, are you hosting today or is Javi hosting the community chat today? I can't remember. And there he is, Backseat Driver. If you want to see him unbox a really cool statue, you should click, you can't click on his name anymore. Gosh darn it. You should search Backseat Driver 5280, and then you could find it. I don't know why YouTube changed that ability to click on people's names, so it's kind of a bummer. Mr. Garrell, happy belated birthday. I believe that's Mr. Garrell, Mr. Gretzky. I always mix it up, my bad. But I believe it was Mr. Garrell who had a birthday last week, I believe. I'm sure quarantine birthdays are a bit of a drag. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're going to have a quarantine birthday probably.
I might. Yeah, it's possible. But don't give it away. TJ's not supposed to know my birthday. It's a bit of a secret.
Okay.
So TJ just got a hint. If he's listening, he's going to be like, oh, I got a
Actually, he
hint.
doesn't know. All he knows is that it's in the future.
It is.
That's it. Quarantine could last years.
It could last
He
for
doesn't
life.
know.
The rest of your life.
But he don't know.
He does. It's right. He's a smart, clever guy. He'll figure it out. I'm not going to make it easy for him, though. Simple Simon, good morning. He said he just dropped in to say hi. It's 1:35 a.m. in Australia. So, yes, you should go to bed. That's early in the morning. Simple Simon?
Oh.
You've seen his videos.
Yes.
So thank you for coming by, though, Simon. I hope your quarantine videos continue because they are very entertaining. Good morning to Chris. Good morning. And Chris, the other Chris, Chaos and Comics, is here as well.
11 people in here.
Quarantine birthdays are the best birthdays. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge big crowds kind of guy overall, so I'd be happy to be hanging around with people I like, just chilling. Plus, my wife makes great desserts.
She made a pie yesterday with my help. We were skinning apples. It was so good.
Yeah, so you baked a pie, an apple pie, and a whole bunch of oatmeal, walnut, and raisin cookies for me, because I was like, I love oatmeal raisin cookies. I'm allergic to chocolate, so I do a lot of...
I sampled the batter quite a few times.
Did you? And hopefully you didn't put the spoon back in. So Kate was baking yesterday with Mom. So I'm down with that part of it. Hello, Chris. Thanks for the sub. Oh, awesome. Lots of good Chris's bouncing through the chat here. All right. So this is our Saturday morning comics show. I'm sorry that we didn't get to more Harry Potter last week. We're going to try to get some this weekend. Charlie and I are working our way through the 4th Harry Potter book. But I also want to shoot some stuff. I want to edit a video or two. It's been a while since I've had any content besides Harry Potter and this show. So it's nice to have some other stuff. Sampled or ate from the full wooden spoon. What did you do? Did you use a wooden spoon? Just lick it off the wooden spoon?
I sampled it.
Yes, Mr. Garrell, I am a teacher allergic to chocolate. Oop, I've got an echo. That's weird. I don't know. There's no speakers on, so that's kind of weird. I don't know. I'm sorry about the funky noises. I've noticed people having issues sometimes with the sound on the Streamlabs. I don't know. I'm sorry. There's no other. You can't blame Can't blame CFAP or anything. So I'm sorry about that. Hopefully it's just like syncing or doing something and then it like figures itself out again. I'm sorry if it's annoying. Let's see here. You do have an echo. It makes you sound like Martin Luther King. It's a slight echo, not bad. Okay. Sorry about that. That's weird. It doesn't seem to happen on the other stuff. All right. Hopefully it'll iron itself out over time, figure itself out. So it's just Kate and I. Charlie is still asleep.
Well, I mean, last night we have a fort in my bedroom that we made, and it can only fit one person. I thought it could fit two people maybe, if one of us was going one way and the other was going the other way. So I was sitting this way and Charlie was sitting that way on the mattress. I didn't have a mattress, and that was really uncomfortable. So at 10 o'clock, I changed into my bed. I went to my bed. So I'm very tired. Charlie is still sleeping in.
Charlie's been late to these shows the last few weeks. She's still getting onto quarantine scheduling. So it's a little challenging for her, I think, for the most part. So we want to share some comic books? Yeah. Do you want me to go? Do you want to go? What's going on? This morning I was letting Kate read a little classic Death of Superman read, which obviously not your favorite kind of book when it's like heroes dying.
I don't care about Superman, but
You don't care about Superman?
But
Is that a bird?
Yeah.
For those that have read Death of Superman, and most of us have, she's referring to the moment when Doomsday has escaped,
Where is it?
and he's holding a bird. He finds a bird for some reason. A little yellow bird lands in his hand, and he crushes it. Sound is hard to hear. Oh, jeez. I'll move it up a little bit. Move it closer a little bit. Maybe throw it on the other side here for Kate. Maybe it's a little closer now.
Wait, where's the bird? I can't find it now.
Where's the bird? Can't find
Found
the
it.
bird.
Oh my gosh, this page is the worst page ever.
Yeah? What's so bad about it?
It kills a bird. See the birdie? And then the birdie dies. It says borscht.
Yep.
And then
It sounds like you were giving a speech in a stadium. Weird. I don't understand what it's doing. There's no desktop audio on. There's no anything. I don't know.
should I just
I don't know if how to mess with it. It's weird because it's never done it when I'm doing the Harry Potter reads. I've never noticed any issues with it doing that. I mean, I'm in a bigger room, I suppose.
But we use this all the time.
Yeah. What about when he kills the deer? Says Gray Man.
That's the other part.
Sounds like two mics. I've only got one mic on. That's weird.
Try muting it.
I've muted it. I've unmuted it. I've done everything. Is that any better? Anybody? Does it? I'm gonna try that for a little bit. See if that's any better. See if you can hear. Can you hear now? Is it bad now? I was in the Free Tibet movement in the day. Please say 4 years ago. I had a dream. I have a dream. It's probably not as entertaining to hear a white guy say that speech. Is it better? Is that better? Daymare says yes, that's better. Okay. Yay! I clicked on something.
Good job, Daddy. You did
I'm
something.
amazing. So TJ says he was in the Free Tibet movement. This is a joke shirt, and I'm sorry, TJ, if it is offensive. It says Free Tibet with a purchase of another Tibet of greater or equal value, which is it's just making a joke like it's on sale. Hello to Jabroni and Daymares. I didn't say hello to you, Daymares. And Old Wolf, hello to you. So Superior Hero Review is in here as well. Good morning. And I think that's everybody. So Kate has been reading the beginning of The Death of Superman. Have you ever read it before? You skimmed it once, right? So I know you're getting used to the Supergirl the version of Supergirl. So Maxima is her name. Kate was like, "Is that Kate?" Of course, my Marvel daughter. Is that Jean Grey? I was like, "Nope, sorry, DC character."
She has telekinesis.
So if you read it, it's quick booster. So that's Booster Gold, right? These men require medical attention, he says. So let's get out of this inferno, Maxima, before it manages to eat its way through my force field. Right.
Wait, let me show you the Supergirl part.
I think you probably went a little too far. My guess is it's back a ways. Does Doomsday hit her?
Yeah.
No, maybe it is later. Maybe you're right. Yeah, Doomsday. This version of Supergirl is not the version that I know really well, so I don't know if it's like
that.
Yeah. This picture right there. I don't know if there's a huge DC Death of Superman fan like I don't know, Boylet 7 or what's his name?
And the next page looks creepy too.
I know JP, you like the Superman. Is there an explanation to this version of Supergirl? I don't remember if she's like an android or some creature. Yeah, she's an alien of some kind.
God.
I don't remember because she turns back into like
Gross.
into this thing. Very different than the Kara Zor-El. Is that her name or something? Mm-hmm. The one that we've been reading about more recently. Look at the size of his chin.
Oh my god. He has a chiseled chin. I've been reading about that in science too much. Thank you.
That is Matrix Supergirl, says Gray Man. There you go. See, I knew somebody could explain it. She's definitely not... there's versions of Supergirl. She is a protoplasm alien thing. Read Man of Steel by John Byrne and nothing else Superman related, says Dr. Venkman. I don't remember, but her history is pretty weird in the 90s post-crisis. Yeah, obviously, yeah, that would make sense. I don't know that I've even read any of that Man of Steel John Byrne run. I haven't read a lot of Superman in general. I read like miniseries, like I read Red Sun, and I read my favorite is definitely Superman for All Seasons. Is a great like miniseries read.
What about Batman versus Superman?
Batman versus Superman is good. But I liked it because of Batman and their relationship was kind of cool. But it was not because of Superman that I was reading that. She was Lex Luthor's girlfriend, yeah. Which, by the way, is my least favorite incarnation of Lex Luthor is the like leprechaun, the Amish leprechaun version of Lex Luthor. Not a big fan. He's got like this like long red hair, and he's got the beard that's only along your chin. So it's like the Amish leprechaun Lex Luthor. Not a fan. Not a fan. I'll show you a picture for those that have never read it. There's definitely a few. Yeah, here he is. Amish leprechaun Lex Luthor. There he is. But he's also like ripped, like he's a character from a romance novel or something like that. Very odd version of this character. I've never seen Lex Luthor have that look except for this period in history. I didn't get it. Yeah. There he is again. It's like he just has red hair in a ring around his face. Good morning, Kachung. We are watering our garden. There you go. That's a nice time. She later merges with a human girl and has a 100-issue run, really cool series, says Gray Man. There you go. There you go. All right. Yes. The romance side of Lois Lane and Superman. He was posing as his own son. Okay. John Byrne Man of Steel is a 6-issue miniseries. Is why Dean Cain got his Superman show. Oh, interesting. The David fella who did a long Hulk run, Peter David, is the right. Okay. I need to do a book. Is that what you're saying? I finished this morning. I finished reading Paper Girls, volume number 1. This is Brian K. Vaughan, time travel punk girls from the 80s. I think it's supposed to be in the 80s at the beginning. 88, yeah, 1988. I know this gets compared to Stranger Things a lot, and I see the similarities, but it's definitely its own story. I liked Paper Girls a bunch, and I've got the first 4 trades of this, so I got to keep going and read the rest of these.
I have a question.
But very exciting.
Is Stranger Things rated R?
It's not rated R because it's not a movie. Those are ratings for movies. It's got its own TV rating.
Do you think it would be rated R?
It's not exactly kid friendly though, if that's what you're wondering.
A lot of
very
people
scary
that I
monsters.
know
You would not
watch it.
enjoy it. I know you don't like scary things.
Yeah.
Although you're starting to like scary things more.
Yeah.
A few years ago you'd been like, no way. But then lately you've been like, that is cool. So she's growing in that respect.
Like that one that was like Die Hard. Yeah.
We watched Die Hard, and it's perfect timing because Life with Two YouTubers is in the chat. That's one of her favorite movies to watch every Christmas with her family. Hello, Life with Two YouTubers. I also saw Comics for Thomas is in here. Thank you for coming by. Did I miss anybody?
Don't say that meme that like.
Kirk is in here. Comics on the Mind. Good to see you in here, Kirk. Sharon says good morning to Charlie. She is still laying down. My guess is she's probably reading. She's probably awake. She's just laying in there. I started my very first reading of the entire 1968 Captain America run. 619 issues. Oh my God. That is quarantine reading to the max. I'm just trying to catch up on my graphic novels for Image.
Coffee.
Yep, see, Kirk is fine. He's a classic teacher. Got to get that coffee. Main line. Now I got a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. Kate laughed, legit laughed at that part. That was one of her favorite moments, right? But you liked the movie, right?
I liked the part when, all the parts when his limousine driver was just like dancing.
Argyle.
I was like,
Argyle is great. He's so funny. Kate will be ready for Stranger Things soon. I agree, but the challenge is being able to have her watch something that's not ready for sister yet. And where does sister go, or how do you do it? We try to time things so that they can both watch it together.
Mm-hmm. Like, for example, when we first watched the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah.
She was either at soccer practice or she was doing something else, but now
yeah, she had a sleepover.
We can't do that.
Right, but hey, soon enough, the 4th Harry Potter movie will be like open season for the whole house.
When she finishes, we're gonna watch that movie like 1,000 times.
Each time we finish a book, she can then have access to that movie, and then the whole household can. Love the shirt. Is that Beastie Boys? No, this is just a free Tibet with the purchase of another Tibet of greater or equal value. I've had this shirt for a long time. Haven't worn it enough. That is God Tank in the chat. God Tank is Fyra. Art, cooking, comic books. He does everything on his channel. So if you haven't checked out God Tank, you need to do that. Robert Galvin, good morning to you, sir. We are staying healthy and safe, and I hope everybody else in the chat is having the same quarantine safety experience, because that's important. For those who still have some money, the current comic book auction. Ooh, there's a comic book auction at 9 Eastern on Isle of Comics. There's a bunch of auctions going on today, and I definitely, if you have the time or money to do that, that's awesome.
JP took back his message.
I'm still paying off books that I bought right at the beginning of this experience, and then reading. I'm trying to read Image. So I'm catching up on a ton of Image reading. What is your second book, Kate? Because we've been going for almost 20 minutes. Dancing videos, says Rod. Ooh, more Superman. This is from the animated series.
Yeah, which I really want to put on my wish list.
It might stream on the DC app that
That's
we've
what
got.
I was thinking also, but
It's the
I've
same
seen
kind
the
of people.
Batman one.
Yeah.
Would also be on there.
Yep. You love the animated
And
Batman
Young
series.
Justice. Young Justice is good.
Young Justice, yeah. There's a lot of good animated series. That's one of the things DC, shout out, is really good at, right? Then you need to read 15 chapters with Charlie today, says JP Budget Collecting. There are 38 chapters in this book.
That's it?
38 chapters in the new Harry Potter that we're
That's it.
reading. The last one had 22.
Oh, okay.
So it's almost double, right? It's nearly double.
A little.
Discovery Bay is doing a pop-up shop. There's another one. See, thanks for shouting those things out because it's nice for the chat to know what's going on. That socialism check's about to drop. Jabroni. Everybody's going to blow them on comics. A 7-hour stream. Ooh. Good luck, Dr. Venkman.
Apparently this one has Lana Lang. And Lois Lang, is really, curvy in this.
She's very sharp, too, pointy elbows and nose.
Look at her, butt on that one. She's
goodness. So this is the guide to the animated series of Superman. So it's got a little section on all the characters.
She's my favorite villain.
Who's your favorite villain? What's her name?
Livewire.
Killer Frost? Oh, Livewire.
She's one of the last ones.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah. I'm not looking at Lobo, Perry. He's not in here, but I'm going to skip it. She likes Livewire.
She used to be a sassy news reporter, but then she got electrocuted, and then, because she never liked Superman, so then she started fighting him.
Right. Then rest tomorrow, and you can watch the movie tomorrow night, says JP. He's got plans for me. Dylan's Comics is in the chat. Good morning to you, Dylan. Thank you for coming by and hanging out. DC kills it on the animated side. I agree. They do some great animated stuff.
I think that if you and Charlie read this whole day, you could get through at least 8 chapters.
Oh, easy.
Maybe more.
It takes me about 40 minutes to read a chapter.
Then you could definitely get through 15 chapters today.
So, so what would that be? Every 4 chapters would take about 3 hours.
Okay.
So 3 hours I get through 4 chapters. So 3, 6, 9 hours I would get through 12 chapters.
But if you did 12 hours, you would get through how many?
Another 3, so another 4 chapters.
So then you could get to 15 today.
Yeah, but it would take all day.
You gotta do it.
I don't.
Please.
Remember, I've got to use my voice the whole time, and I do need to use the bathroom and, eat.
You take little tiny breaks.
Take little breaks.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Do you all remember when Who's Who comics were? I remember those are kind of like a comic explaining characters. Yeah, I do remember the girls have a bunch of the Who's Who DC, and we have the Marvel Universe. Remember the Marvel Universe ones from the 90s where it was like A through B, and you'd have all the characters A through B in that one. We have a bunch of those. Just go live the rest of the day and read, says JP. Are you dancing yet, Rod? Where's the dancing? Make it happen.
Do you know Mr. Mitzi Pidlet?
Bring a bottle, says Damares. Boy, that shows my Harry Potter reading is going to go. Ooh. Let me go to another book. How's that, Gators?
Question.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you know Mr. Mitzi Pidlet?
I can't pronounce his name, but yeah, Mr. Plicklick, Mr. Plicklick.
Mitzi Pidlet, I think it is.
Sure. They might even tell you how to say his name in there. I feel like they always try to explain it. It's the very last page.
I don't know.
Do they explain how to say his name?
They usually just call him.
There it is.
Mix Yaz Pidlick. Mixes Pidlick. I was
Miggs
really
Pidlick.
close.
Mr. Miggs' Pidlick. There he is. So annoying and adorable. All right, so if you didn't notice, on Wednesday night, I had the comic Jabroni on, and we were talking about the Why the Last Man. And since then, he's inspired me to come back through. So this morning I woke up and I was reading volume 3, and this is called One Small Step. So that's the third trade in the skinnier versions that they used to sell, and I don't think they sell them anymore. And then I'm starting volume 4, Safe Word, after that. I do love this run, and very funny and great comment on life and humans, and perfect for quarantine style reading if you've never read it. Now say it backwards. Plays Magic Mike soundtrack. I'm a big Why the Last Man fan, and it was fun talking with it to Jabroni, who had just tried reading it for the first time and was getting into it. So if you missed that show, you can watch the replay. I thought it was a really good conversation. Edwin's awesome, and the link to his channel is in there too, so you can find Edwin's channel if you're not clicking or going to his channel through the chat. I don't know how to do that anymore because they changed everything.
Exactly, I told
Whatever.
you last time.
I know. So yeah, Why the Last Man? A very good quarantine read
Okay.
as far as like viruses in the U.S. and what would happen. Are you all right?
I'm gonna sneeze, I think.
Oh, you're gonna sneeze. You got a sneeze coming.
I hate when that happens.
So I might go through and read that whole run again, but I want to do the same with all my Vertigo runs. I mean, Fables. After Alec and I read it, I want to read the rest of Fables again. So.
Okay, I'm obsessed with this series.
Yes, you are.
I love this series so much. I love the front covers because they're so, like, just look at that. Like, it has all kinds of fairy tales.
You keep moving it. You gotta hold it though. Still.
But, like,
Okay, don't bounce around on the couch either, because now you're making me move.
that's King Arthur, Sword and Stone, Fairy, an evil fairy, Medusa, a frog prince,
Yeah, it's
superheroes.
focusing on your hand every time you point, so I think it's hard for
There's
people
all
to see the
kinds of
focus.
stuff on there. I
Yeah,
love
lots
the
of good
covers.
fairy tale reading.
And
This one is the sixth and
So it's
last
the
book
Land of Stories, and
by Chris Colfer.
Charlie is finished now. I think she's read through the whole series. Although I think she was skim reading a little towards the end just to get it all done. She was excited.
Yeah, she was like, Kate, look at this part's so boring. And then a few seconds later, she was like, on the next page. I was like,
Let's see. Several people talking about Why the Last Man. JP. Well, I think we're supposed to be doing Descender, the Jeff Lemire original series before the current Ascender series. So I think we're doing Descender this week. I think that's the plan.
this one, my favorite scene. So Connor and Alex are twins that find the fairy tale world through a book their grandmother gave them of fairy tales. They go through all these journeys. They defeat the evil queen, enchantresses, dragons, all kinds of things. And this is the last book. And in this one, the normal world, they call it the other world, which is like our world. The other world and the fairy tale world collide in this one. And all the witches come out and they start fighting and stuff. And they curse Alex.
Okay.
So that Alex is completely under their control because Alex is like really good at magic. Because their grandma is a special person. And, oh, hello,
Good morning, Charlie. She's here. She just got up.
But, so my favorite part is when Alex and Connor are separated because Alex is cursed. And Connor is flying to New York with all the fairy tale people. And he's with Goldilocks and Jack and the Beanstalk, who are married and have a son named Hero. And Red Riding Hood, she's actually a queen in this.
Mm.
And is that it, Charlie? I think that's it. And Connor and Bree. Bree's Connor's crush. But
And
so-
soon to be girlfriend.
and soon to be wife later in life. But anyways,
Don't ruin things.
okay. Anyways, so they have to get through the airport security using fake IDs,
Okay.
other people's IDs, and so Jack and Goldilocks are using Alex and Connor's dad and mom's IDs.
This is very
Stepdad,
complicated. I'm having a hard time keeping up now.
Keep going.
Charlie's like, I love this stories. Keep going.
The Gray Man said.
I know, but Gray Man Fables has some pretty racy sequences that I'm like, yeah. Even the first volume with Prince Charming and all his ladies that he's always hooking up with. Prince Charming is trouble.
But so they have to get through the security, and the guy who's scanning the IDs and looking at them to make sure they're not like fake is really good at his job. So they have to distract him using these lines.
Yep.
And they're really funny, and Connor is like the funniest person ever. He is so funny, and so he has all these different lines that he has for each of them. And it's Red's turn. This is my favorite one. And she has a Bree's cousin.
Okay.
And that's her photo. And then, so she gives it to the man, and the man's like, you can't hear it, but she tells you later. He says, that's a nice picture of you. And she starts screaming. She's like, how dare you? I've never been so insulted in my life, because it's not her. And then she just walks past him. It was really funny. Because she can be really, really scary sometimes.
She's
Like,
sassy.
she's sassy. Like, she's scary.
So, Charlie, you've just finished the whole series, or are you on the last book?
I finished.
What do you think? thought it was all done though.
It is all done. She just wants more.
You can read them again. I know you kind of read them super speed. You can read them at normal speed. Hello to Kevin from 1-2 Comic Talk.
But when I read slowly.
JP said good morning to you.
Boring.
Another thing, Charlie, we need to go to the library.
Not anytime soon.
I know. At some point, we need the second book.
I haven't
Because
read
she
it.
skipped it. Because we don't have it.
Because you gave it to a friend.
And they
And
didn't
they
give
never
back.
gave it back.
Well, then I guess we have to order another copy of
And
it.
then they said that they were going to
Because
buy
we don't want to
another
borrow
one.
it. We want to own it.
And then they said that they were going to buy us another one, and they didn't. So.
Yeah.
Tragic.
Thanks a lot, Rana.
That's what you do when you share. It happens.
I know. I gave it to her for the summer.
I've
'cause
loaned
she's
away
going to
so many
India.
copies of some of my trades that I never get them back. I just buy another one every once in a while. So it happens all the time. We all share. A couple of great what if series behind you, which is perfect. Ka-chung, a perfect transition, because I found this the other day in my girls' collection. This what if #1. So I read it. I was like, I got to read the first what if and see what it's about. And it's, of course, all about the moment in Spider-Man #1, the original Spider-Man comic, when Spidey goes to the FF to join them because he needs money. And he thought, well, if I join these guys, they've got money and they can help me out. And this poses the what if of, well, what if the FF try to make it work? What if the FF try to become the Fantastic Five and bring Spider-Man in? And how would that change history? And it's a pretty classic story. The corner is gone, Venkman. It's missing the comics authority code in that upper corner. I don't like people who borrow. It's hard, Dr. Gray Man, when they don't give them back. Yep.
Morning.
Gore Vidal is saying, there are good novels to read during this strange time. Ooh, and he lists some of them there for us. I'm going to have to go back. I Am Legend, I do know that one.
That's what's on Pop-Up shirt.
What's on Pop Pop's shirt?
It's like, I'm a legend.
No, the man, the myth, the legend, Pop Pop.
It says pop
Yeah.
up, the
Is-
man, the myth, the legend.
That's
I love
what.
that
That's
shirt.
what Pop Pop's. My dad's one of his favorite shirts to wear.
And he gave us a shirt that's pink and it says, what happens at Pop Pop's house stays at Pop Pop's house.
This is true also.
I love that one.
And I have a hat that's green that says Pop-Up said it was okay.
Yeah. I like those.
A little love for my dad there. So this FF issue was funny, very old style, and you get to see how it would change things. Specifically, Sue Storm runs off with Namor at the end. Instead of staying with Reed Richards, she feels like they don't need her anymore. So in the end, she goes off with
Can I read it?
Namor. Now Kate's like, there's a love story?
Shut up.
So here, you want me to teach you a new trick I've been doing? Instead of peeling the tape up or across, I peel the tape down. So I start at the top and I go like that, and I go like this, and there's no sticky tape in the way anywhere, and I can just pull the book out.
Yes.
Then I
Voila.
get to read it.
It is a pretty beat up copy, but it is a classic book to have. The Day of the Triffids is a classic. That's true.
Wait, is this the one? 1 second. I think I know this one.
You've seen it? Well, you guys were reading it. It was out. Somebody was reading it. Did you read it? Maybe. Honk,
Oh
honk.
no, this is a different one than what I'm thinking of.
Should we wind down, or do you have one more book to share, Caters?
That's it. I don't have any more.
You've shared all your books?
I get to share with Daddy's next book.
What's my next book? This one?
No.
Oh, did you read it though?
No.
Oh,
No.
you want me to leave it out?
No.
Okay, well I'll just set it over here. Put it in its bag and set it over there. I put the pull tabs at the top now too. Yeah. So this was another book that I've been rereading. I know Robert Galvin in the chat was here earlier, and I know he's a big fan of the huge edition of this story. And I lent this to Kate so she could check it out. But the spread pages are amazing. It's just you can't explain it. It's too good. That's a great way to take the book out. Something so simple yet. Yeah, I'm pulling down instead of up. It was just like, whatever, right? How did I not think of this before? I wanted to show you one of my favorite spread pages in the whole thing because there's so many good ones. I think it was in this one.
Well, that's the lady he loved.
Yeah. Unbelievable. I love the artwork in this run. I'm sorry. Over and over again, I'll tell you that it's just too good. Too good. It's just wild. It's just wild and amazing. And I have not spent enough time perusing this version, this extended sized version. Here's a giant fiery evil Galactus. Anyone know if they have prints of some of those? My guess would be if Tradmore is at like a convention again, he would probably have some of these up. But I don't know. He might have his own website too, Tradmore. Sometimes those artists have their own websites where they sell these things.
Wait, who's that?
That's the Mary Jane variant for issue 5.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Mary
They had
Jane.
they of course they include all the different cover variants for each issue, but then they give you the actual cover. Like that's the best. I thought was the best cover. That cover is crazy. He's like all in black, but he's got the tears coming
it's on
down
the
his
back.
face. Yeah, it's on the back too. Silver Surfer was great. I agree. So it's just been fun to reread some of it and just see the use of power, the use of color. I mean, look at that. Look at it. Look at that. It's just beautiful. Just unbelievable. The styles, the form is just too cool. I'm loving that big format trade. Yeah, it's the first one I've ever bought this way. I've never I don't know if there are a bunch this way. I mean, issues.
You have that.
Yeah, issue 1 and 2 had some of my favorite variants. I bought this one and obviously that one. Just some great variant covers. This one with the surfboard and the Fantastic Four are in the reflection on the surfboard, right?
I didn't even notice that when you got
It's
that
cool, right? I love that stuff. And then there's Ego, the Living Planet. Crazy cool Ego. There's also an H.G. Wells story, The Country of the Blind, about a man who discovers a community of people who are blind. He, of course, decides to try and rule over them. Ooh. That sounds like a good Twilight Zone, Black Mirror kind of thing.
Well, Twilight Zone.
The story was an early inspiration for George Orwell to write 1984. There you go.
Dad, I have seen Twilight Zone though. Like, Mrs. Botello showed it one time.
An episode? 'Cause
Yeah, and
there's
Mr. Mike
lots of them.
showed 2 episodes. Talking Tina.
I don't remember
love that
which
one.
ones are which.
It's a doll.
Okay.
I like that one.
Marcos Martin variant is my fave. Hey, I'm clearly in agreement with you on that one, Comics for Thomas. Clearly in agreement. Crazy psychedelic stuff, says Vinny. I agree. I think that's pretty much it for us. Charlie and I will be reading some Harry Potter today. I don't know how many chapters. I don't think it's going to be the 16 that Kate wanted me to read.
15.
But it might be, a few. Charlie says 3.
3?
Well, we have
Just give
we have
some more.
all day. We have all day and all day tomorrow.
should do 4.
She just wants you to get done so we can
So
all
we can watch
watch
the movie.
That's what she wants. She wants to watch the movie with you.
I love that movie.
Is that your favorite one?
Maybe. But I like number 5 a lot.
Awesome. Well, we are gonna head out. There are a lot of things going on across YouTube today. A lot of good auctions. I know JP. I got my notice. I had my notification bell clicked for JP Budgets collecting. So there.
If you turn down the little brightness,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
should be better.
So I know that JP just dropped his new video. You can jump right over to JP's channel and watch his new video. So definitely worth doing that. And I'm going to be heading right over there myself. So hopefully I'll see you guys all in the chats elsewhere through YouTube today.
Sorry, I'm very starchy today.
But I don't have anything going on today. I don't think I have any more shows I'm supposed to be on. I might jump on if somebody's throwing a link in the chat or something. Everybody have a great day. Stay safe. Read some fun books. Watch some movies. I know your mom has a double feature movie in mind for us this weekend. The Sword in the Stone is a great movie. I think you're talking about the animated Disney film. I absolutely loved that movie. That was a great movie.
We watched that.
Yeah.
It's very
With
short.
the owl,
though.
Archimedes.
Yeah, it's really short though.
Yep, and Merlin. So good.
It's an hour long, right?
So
Not 2
everybody,
hours.
take care. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you all soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.